Imagine this. You're famous for creating one of the biggest and most successful technological innovations in the last century, maybe ever, and well-known, well-revered as a genius. And you've come down with pancreatic cancer. And so instead of getting the best medical professional treatment you can, you go on a carrot juice and acupuncture treatment plan to try to battle this pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer is a brutal form of cancer. That's what Steve Jobs, the brains behind the iPhone and a lot of Apple, did. And so he delayed taking treatment, I think 6 to 9 months, and pancreatic cancer ended up taking his life because of that. And you think back, maybe you end up becoming one of the famous composers and your name's renowned in the musical circles for generations, but you spent your income, you live miserably because you just overspent and you had to borrow from people. You wrote letters to your friends and, just basically lived as a pauper because your debts were so high. And that's what happened to Mozart. Genius in music, not with managing money. Imagine you're Friedrich Nietzsche and you go to a brothel and contracted a disease and syphilis ends up taking your life, and you only see 300 copies of your work sold. What a tragic story that is for him. I would think back to Isaac Newton. He had his work on alchemy. His family, well-known alchemy, family buried the information for years because they were embarrassed, didn't think it was right, and was very important to the field of science. We live in a celebrity culture where we elevate the opinions of others and their beliefs. And those that are popular, we give them more credence than, anyone else. They're not any smarter than us than other subjects. They make the same mistakes we do, but because they're popular, they're smart in the one area, we tend to put emphasis on there and really shouldn't. And so here are my thoughts on avoiding making those mistakes. So number one, avoid taking personal finance from someone who's not an expert in that area, that's famous for something else. So I'm not going to take personal finance from Kim Kardashian because she's famous for being a social media manager. And so she's great at that and created wealth through that. But is she really good at balancing her budget, managing money, being disciplined with that? I don't know. I'm not going to go there. Number two, you are running your own race. If you get enjoyment from reading books and going on walks, don't worry that other people are going on vacations, are driving really fancy cars, or doing all this stuff. Do stuff that fulfills you and don't feel like you have to go and spend money and really flash it around and do that. Run your own race. Find stuff at your core that makes you happy and not what the world is. Point number three, we don't know the rest of the story. An iceberg, we only see 10% of its, mass above water. The other 90% is below water. And so many people are going out there spending money like it's going to go bad. And they don't have anything in their bank account. You're only seeing a small picture of what's going on. There could be debt, there could be stress, there could be family issues, whatever. So don't compare yourself to what you're seeing because there's a lot that's being unsaid. So I hope you like that. Have a great day.